Hey friends, hey there! I'm a passionate Etsy seller who loves sharing the behind the scenes of running a handmade business. Today's video might feel a little heavy, but let's break this down together in a way that's clear and real. I've hit a snag because of Trump's new tariffs. I'm temporarily unable to ship orders to my US customers. Yeah, it's a big headache, and I will walk you through exactly why. Now, you might be wondering, why should this matter to you? Well, if you are in the US and love buying from international sellers, these changes could directly impact the availability and cost of the items you enjoy. Prices may rise, and some products might become hard to get. And if you are a seller, especially one who ships to the US, this has a huge implications. From disrupted deliveries to extra custom fees, it's becoming more complex and expensive to keep business flowing smoothly. So whether you are buying or selling, this issue touches more people than you would expect. Here's the scoop. As of August 29, 2025, the so-called de minimis exemption in the US is officially gone. It used to let packages valued under $800 enter the US duty-free. Now, tariffs apply on everything, even small handmade items. The White House claims this is about cracking down on fentanyl smuggling and leveling the playing field for US businesses. This marks the end of a rule that had previously boosted cross-border e-commerce. There were over 1.35 billion duty-free shipments into the US last year alone. The impact is widespread. Postal services across Europe, Asia, places like Germany, including DHL and Deutsche Post, Royal Mail in the UK, Thailand Post, Australia Post, many have already paused shipments to the US. Unsure how to handle the new regime. The Universal Postal Union is scrambling to offer guidance because the bans are temporary but poorly explained. The real problem? These tariffs went into effect without clear implementation rules. As of now, there is no standardized method for collecting duties or ensuring proper customs declarations, leaving postal services across the globe in confusion. That's why many have simply paused shipments to the US altogether. They physically can't process them until the methodology is made clear. And tariff rates? They could range anywhere from 10% to 50%, or flat fees between $80 and $200 per package during a 6-month transition period. This is a logistics nightmare for postal services and for sellers like me. For example, Czech Post in the Czech Republic where I live has completely stopped accepting almost all types of shipments to the US, including tracked parcels and EMS. There's simply no clear way to process duties or handle customs requirements under the new rules. Until an official methodology is in place, many non-US postal services are in a holding pattern. Stuck, just like us. To give you a real-world example, if I were to walk into my local post office right now with a typical package for one of my US customers, they would just refuse to take it. They are not accepting it for shipment because they literally can't. That's how uncertain and broken the process is at this moment. So what does this mean personally as an Etsy seller? Honestly, it's devastating. I've had to completely stop shipping to the US, at least for now, and I truly hope it's just temporary. But here's the thing, more than 60% of my customers are based in the US. That's a huge part of my business. And many of them aren't just one-time buyers, they are loyal customers who come back again and again. And I love creating for them. And now I can't even get my packages into their hands. What makes it even harder is the timing. We are heading straight into the holiday season, and I was so excited to launch a new line of minimalist jewelry, pieces I've designed especially with a thoughtful gifting in mind. And while I'll still be launching the collection, it breaks my heart that I won't be able to offer it to my US customers because, honestly, these would have made perfect Christmas gift for someone special. So far, Etsy is doing what they can. They've added updates about global tariffs policies, letting us know the minimis is officially ending on August the 29th, 2025. but they can't automatically collect duties for us. That burden falls on us and on our customers. Right now, I honestly don't know how this is going to work in practice. Etsy seems to be encouraging sellers to build tariffs into our pricing and prepay the fees via DDP where possible. But those systems are still being developed. I have no idea if all postal services around the world will be able to support this kind of solution, whether all postal services worldwide can support DDP yet. Some sellers have reported that if DDP isn't clearly supported, the customer may end up paying duties at customs after the delivery. Either way, whether the seller increases their prices to cover the cost or the buyer pays duties upon delivery, this means extra expenses for American customers, which makes selling and shipping internationally a lot more complicated. From what I've seen in forums and seller groups, reactions are mixed, but no one is having an easy time. Some Etsy sellers have completely paused US orders, like I have, while others are trying to build extra costs into their listings to cover duties and paperwork. A few are experimenting with third-party fulfillment services based in the US, which could bypass the whole customs issue, but that's only realistic if you are working at much larger scale. And then there are sellers just trying to communicate clearly with their customers, warning them upfront that import fees might apply. There's no universal solution yet, but it's encouraging to see the community coming together to brainstorm and share ideas. Still, it's frustrating, and we are all just trying to adapt to the best we can. Okay, now for what you can do if you are in the same boat. Talk to your shipping carrier. Ask how they are handling duties now and if they offer options like prepaid duties or US-based fulfillment. Be transparent with customers, especially US buyers. They need to know about potential duties or delays before checkout. I even read somewhere that if a customer refuses to pay the import duties and the package gets returned, the US might still try to collect those fees from the sender, that's us, the sellers. I honestly don't know if that's true, but at this point I wouldn't be surprised. It just shows how unpredictable and risky the current system is. Re-examine your pricing. Sometimes absorbing part of the cost is better than losing a customer altogether. Stay informed. The situation is evolving daily, and some carriers might reinstate service once clarity arrives. Wow, that was a lot. I know. These changes are frustrating, overwhelming, and honestly, a bit scary. I've been running my small business for years, and never have I felt so unsure about something as basic as sending out an order. If you are in the same boat or even just watching this wondering how it might affect your favorite jobs, I just want to say you are not alone. I'd love to hear from you. Have you been affected by the new tariffs too? Are you a seller figuring out workarounds? A customer who has noticed fewer options or high prices? Maybe you are just confused and trying to make sense of it all. Let's talk in the comments. I will be reading every single one. Maybe if we share enough stories, we can at least help each other feel seen. And who knows? Maybe it will spark more awareness or even small changes over time. And if you found this helpful, or if you just want to support small creators through all this chaos, please take a second to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. It may seem small, but it truly helps us keep showing up and creating. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, and for caring. You are part of what keeps this community strong, and we will get through this one step at a time.